Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I thought I would just keep this ball rolling with videos and create another video for you guys. Obviously, that's what you're watching. As I've said in a few of my videos recently, I've been loving doing the makeup tutorials, and I thought I was going through my little collection downstairs and there was a whole heap of products that I've actually just been wanting to try. I've seen a few people are doing that trend, like full face of hyped up makeup, and I don't really know whether this is all hyped up makeup, but it's like hyped up brands definitely, and I'm sure there's a few things in there that have been hyped up, but I'm not sure. We'll just see. I might call it that and then you guys might be like, that stuff isn't even hyped up, Sam, but like, we'll see. We'll just see how we go. I've just put a little bit of my Flawless Filter Charlotte Tilbury thing on my skin because that just gives me sort of like a bit of a bronzy base, and then I might try to put the foundation on. If it's too light, I'll just have to bronze it up, but we'll go from here. I've got the by Terry Nude Expert, and I've got the Benefit Hello Happy foundation. Now I know this one's definitely hyped up because I've seen this all over the place. I'm not sure about this one. This one is in Honey Beige, so I might just like swatch it down my face. I think this Nude Expert stick is supposed to be great because it's like a really dewy highlighted sort of foundation. I'm just going to go for a really glowy look, and I'm just going to use this one. So the idea about this one is it has foundation down half of it and it has a highlighter down the other half of it. So it's supposed to be like super glowy. I mean, it feels like quite oily as well, so you blend that in. To be honest, I can't really tell whether that's providing much coverage because my skin's not too bad at the moment, and because I put the Charlotte Tilbury underneath, I'm not entirely sure. It's definitely giving me a really beautiful glow. I'm not really going to be able to judge that properly though because I probably cheated a little bit with the base, but I think it makes my skin look really healthy. Okay, so now for concealer, I got sent this massive Tarte box, and it's called the Creaseless Concealer. I have no idea whether this is like a new concealer. I don't really know anything about this, and I haven't really heard anyone speak about it. So yeah, I'm just gonna give it a go because I love Tarte's concealers. Although, oh my god, that is so sticky. That foundation I just used and this concealer are both so sticky. Medium sand. That feels so much thicker than Shape Tape. Like, it feels like really sticky and thick. It almost feels like the other one. What's that one that comes in the tube? That comes out of the squeezy thing. Got great coverage. I don't think I like it nearly as much. It almost looks wetter. Don't you think that looks quite wet? It does look healthy though. I quite like it. I don't like it as much as Shape Tape, but it's not bad. It's not too shabby. Now this obviously isn't a first impressions, but I feel like my skin's quite pale from that foundation, so I'm just going to put a bit of my Curvy Contour Clinique chubby stick on just to add a bit more bronziness. I definitely feel like I need to set my face down though. I feel like it would like slip and slide all over the place if I didn't. I think my skin looks fab, but I'm gonna set it down now because it just feels sticky. So to set my skin, I'm gonna try the Charlotte Tilbury, what is it called? Magic Powder. I actually haven't heard much about this. I'm not sure if it's like a translucent powder. What does it say? Let me read it. A genius light diffusing loose powder that blurs, it visibly reduces dark shadows and boosts radiance for all over the face, matching skin tone for an enhanced complexion, or in a lighter shade under the eyes for a brightening effect. Okay, so it's like, it sort of does the same thing as a translucent powder. Oh my god, I just shook it way too hard. It just went everywhere. And bake my under eyes. Whoa, that really melted in under the under eyes. I didn't even blend that in. Concealer definitely really does crease. As you can see, it's really creased in my eyelids. That's fine because like pretty much every every concealer creases in my eyelids because I've got hooded eyelids. I'm gonna take now just like a big fluffy brush, and I'm gonna dip into the same powder and just sort of set the rest of my face. The combination of everything I just used looks really nice on my skin. So it's always hard to say when like everything performs well, like what is actually good, but so I am as always just going to, once I do my base, I like to then just jump onto my eyes because that way I don't do like the whole face and then screw up the eyes and then have to take it all off. This is definitely a product that has been hyped up that I have noticed, and it is the Urban Decay Cherry Naked Palette. So I'm lucky enough to be working with Urban Decay on this video. As always, all opinions are going to be my own. They don't tell you anything to say, so I am just going to dip on in and see how it goes on me. Like, every single colour in this palette is so beautiful, so I actually just have no idea what I'm vibing, but I think I'm just gonna like get started and see where it takes us. So the cool thing about this palette obviously is that it comes with a giant mirror, which I love when I travel because I hate hotel rooms and their lighting sucks, so I always have to sit next to a window and never have a big mirror, and this mirror is massive. It also comes with a beautiful big double-ended brush, and it's actually like a really nice quality brush. It's not one of those like crappy brushes, and it's got a little one there. I'm going to use a fluffier brush just to begin putting juicy through my crease, and then I'll use the brush to put another colour down. All the brushes I use otherwise are just Zoeva. So I want to go rounded like a halo. I haven't done a halo in a while. Let's do a halo and I'll zoom you guys in a bit. So I'm just going to be building juicy up. It's extremely pigmented so far, because I only pick up a really light amount at a time. Being next with the original brush, and I'm just going to deepen up the outer corner and the inner corner and start creating a halo. Yeah, Bambi. What? What are you making that noise at? Oh, there's a bird outside. Which makes this weird like noise. Okay, wow, the pigment on these shadows though, okay, like, really? And it's so easy to blend. Yeah, you agree? That's so pretty. Bing shade is gorgeous. Also, lol, I cut this nail off to box because the pointy end kept like pointing me. So it's just like a random square nail, and then the rest are like almond. That's so funny. I'm not just saying this because obviously I'm working with them, but I've never seen any colours that are this unique and this vibrant. Like, I find if I use warm tone or berry tones like this, they're often, they just translate kind of dark, whereas this stays so vibrant and pretty on the eyes. I go into Devilish. I'm just going to keep deepening it up, so I'm going to use like a whole bunch of shades. I'm going to go into Devilish and go even more precise. Start like packing it on those areas. Again into Privacy, which is a beautiful, really deep cherry shade, sorry. And just go into the same spots. I think I might just keep this shade on the outer corner though, because I feel like the darker I get in there, the more I might look like I've got a bruised eye. This palette is so beautiful, guys. Holy crap. These shades are just insane. Okay, so that's what we got so far. Okay, so now I'm going to do that thing that people do using concealer, and I'm just going to use the concealer I used before, which I don't know whether that's a bad idea because it's like so sticky. I don't know what you're supposed to use. Is sticky a good thing? Probably, actually, if we're using shimmer. I'm just using a brush and blending that in, just on the inner part. Breathe. That'll do, I think. Now I'm going to jump into Ambitious, which is this shade right here, and I am going to pack that right over that concealer. Wow, love. Are you guys seeing this pigment? Okay, so the concealer is covered. Now I'm just going to go into Turn On, and I'm just going to lightly put that over the top because I want it to just like pop a bit more. I think this is the prettiest eye makeup I've ever done. Next up, I'm just going to go underneath and do the same thing. I'm going to just take, I'll probably start with Bing. I don't want to go too dark under the eyes, so I'll just do Bing on the outer edge and the inner. Then I'm going to pick up Juicy and just like blend it out, like really smudge it out. And now I'm not going to use concealer on my lower lash line, but I'm going to take Ambitious and Turn On, just mixed together, and put it in the middle. That's the eyes so far. This is probably one of, if not the prettiest palette I've ever used. I can't even talk highly enough about it. Okay, so some of you might know that Mecca Cosmetica has a beautiful highlighter called Enlightened, I believe. It's a really, really pretty, just pink toned, like super intense highlighter. That's like perfect for what I want right now on my eyes. So I'm going to use that on my inner corner because like the eye look is super pinky, so I want my inner corner to stay quite pinky. I actually came out with two other highlighters, which is the gold enlightened, oh sorry, rose gold, and then they've got the gold one. So I'm keen to try those out. I actually might use rose gold today. That's a good idea. But before that, what else do I have to try? I didn't have very many bronzers actually. Well, I didn't have any bronzers to try, so I'm going to be trying the Mecca Max palette, which is 5-minute pocket palette. Which is a really clever idea. It's just got some shadows, blushes and bronzers, but I'm just going to use that bronzer. I think that when I do such dark eyes, I start to get really quite washed out. So, whoa, that is pigmented. Whoa, that is really, really pigmented and like really nice. I love the Mecca Max bronzer. They have like a bronzer that came out with their line. It's called Sunlightened or Sunlight or something. And I love that, so I'm wondering whether this is the same because it gives me the same sort of vibe. The Zoeva Artiso palette, which has these gorgeous cherry, like orangey toned blushes, and I'm going to use this top one on my cheeks today. Oh whoa, okay, that's pigmented. Go light on that. Alright, well now I look like a clown, so that's cool, no worries. That's the one thing I do love about Zoeva is how pigmented they are, but at the same time sometimes I forget and then I just go straight in. I mean, it matches the eyes, right? Shit. And this is the rose gold one, which is just next to it here. This is the rose gold. So it's a little bit darker than the pink one. And I find the pink one just a little too light for me, so hopefully this one will... Whoa. That is so blinding. That's like a mirror. It's actually almost like a little too dark for my skin tone. But like, it's good. I'll just bring it onto the apples of my cheek so it kind of becomes like a blush. I'm going to use the cherry setting spray now all over my face, and I'm going to drench my face in it because I feel like I have a lot of powders on my skin now and I need to just kind of mesh it all together. So this is obviously the one that is like limited edition with the palette, and it must be cherry scented, so I'm just going to go ham. Oh my god. Okay, number one, that smells incredible. But that spritzer, such a good spritzer. That just like drenched, well not drenched, but like went all over my face. Fine, but not too fine that you don't feel like it's going on your face. It really like wet my face. Wow, that was so nice. Now what I like to do is just take up my beauty blender and kind of just mesh it all together so that it's a little less harsh. And this just really like melts all the powders into the skin. I'm loving how my skin's looking though. It's very different to what I usually do, but I'll zoom you guys in so you can see my skin up close. This is like my favorite trick to do whenever I feel like anything's looking a little too intense. I just spray it and then I sort of blend it all together. Okay, so because the eyes are quite hectic, I was going to do like a dark lip, but I think I'm just going to do a nude lip. Okay, so I don't know, I know I've tried this before, but I don't know whether I've tried it on camera, so we're just going to say it's the first impressions. This is the Too Faced lipstick in Send Nudes. Lights, I thought it would be good to mesh with the Urban Decay one. Wow, okay, so I went from 0 to 100 real quick in terms of like the layers of makeup that are on my face. So that is the end of the makeup look. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. I'm unsure about this just because I had something on my skin already. Loved the Charlotte Tilbury powder because I feel like it really set everything down, but I still somehow look like really glowy. This was to die for. Insane, honestly. I thoroughly enjoyed using that very beautiful palette, so I would highly suggest. And no, it's not because I'm sponsored, it's just genuinely what I think. The Zoeva Blush, a little bit too intense, but that's fine. I just went probably a little bit too heavy-handed on that. I don't think I like this. I'm gonna keep trying it and see how I go. I just prefer my Shape Tapes. I guess if you find Shape Tape a little bit too matte or a bit too drying for you, maybe give this one a go, because it was actually like really wet. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking because I know this video is already so long. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this first impressions of hyped up makeup, and I will see you very shortly in a new one. Mwah!